G'day guys, Lord Al in the shed. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a few weeks. Basically I've been waiting for parts. So this film's all about a big update. And other little bits it's done updates as well, but I had the main part and then I had to wait for all the little bits, which took longer than I expected. Anyway, it's all together now, and as you'll see in the film, hopefully you'll understand. Now, you'll see the P2 and the Flying Scotsman, and I've put West Hill Wagon Works lights on the front, the representation of lights, yeah, lamps. And I've put 3 across, okay? Yes, I know that represents, before you all kick off and you're on your tippy tappies, it represents it's on royal duties when you have 3 lamps in a row, okay? Yes, I do know. I can take them off and put them on at will, but for the purpose of the film, I've put 3 on each loco as a representation of it, okay? And yes, I know it's designated to the royal household. So, getting that over with. Secondly, if I haven't tippy-tappy text to you the comments, the reason why was I got banned off YouTube for making comments. I can't make comments. YouTube banned me. The reason why, I have no idea. There's a whole list of YouTube guidance rules, and I must have slipped up on one of them. I may have said something inadvertently, which the algorithms have picked up to a certain word, or somebody's reported me for something I've done in any of my films, because you can go right back to the start, or they objected to a link I've put into somebody's chat. It could be anything. There's no point in asking YouTube, because you're only talking to a robot. You don't talk to people. They won't tell you anyway. So I got banned from making comments on YouTube, which I found quite hilarious. So if I haven't commented to you last weekend for any film I watched, I couldn't do it for the love of money. Yes, you can fill it all in. It'll tell you on there you can write all it in. As soon as you hit the send button, it says and it just comes up with a list of breaches of guidance rules. So that was that. So, but I'm back on the tippy tappy again now. I can do it. So the only way I found out, it come up and it says you got 23 hours 40 odd minutes before you can answer any comment or place a comment. So I could have been banned for longer. It could have been 48 hours for all I know. It's just when I actually went to do something, because you can tick the like buttons, there was no issue with that. So as you watched it, if you liked it, you don't want to always comment things on things, do you? You know, you end up putting the same words into everything, and it becomes monotonous, and it's not genuine to me. I like to comment on something that's happened within that movie. Well, that's me. Some people do other things. I get comments all the time about some guy in the engine shed as he had his tea break, you know. Honestly, God, I got a guy regularly. I hope they're getting paid well. I hope they've had their tea break. Did they get the sandwiches and the apple crumble pies, you know? Just, and this is the type of thing you put up with on YouTube. Oh, you're open to abuse, as a lot of people know. So, that part being said, now you understand about the 3 lamps. I just demonstrated them, okay? Then I show you some rear lamps. Then I've made a new station complete new station, okay? I hope that helps people in a way to get. What I wanted to do was get away from the Hornby, right? And West Hill Wagon Works, in their fantastic wisdom, come up with a new platform, and it's based on a real station. So that's what it is, and it's more open plan, and it's, to me, it's neat. It's very neat, and you can see things and do things with it. That's the main thing. So I can add to it over time. And the other little bit is you get these new product from West Hill. They're safety markings. I'll show you that on the shed. I just threw a couple in this morning before I'm doing this intro. So on that, let's get into the movie. There's a little bit of music, nothing too fancy, and then you get to see all the updates. Okay? So stay safe and just be good and watch what you tippy tappy on YouTube. Not like me. Who's this daft bugger? Sod off. See you in a bit. Right, first part of the update is I've put these West Hill Wagon Works front lamps on, and they come on a sprue, 3D printed, but they come with very small crystals, which in the right conditions, if the light hits it, they reflect light. So it looks like sometimes they're on and sometimes they're not, but they're quite effective lamps. So I've done the gold-plated Flying Scotsman with them on, and the other one I've done, because you get 6 in a packet. I've done the other P2. The only problem with the P2 is the vacuum pipe tends to get in the way in some certain shots, as you can see. Come a bit further forward. But that's what I've been doing. What you do, they come on a sprue and you paint them up and then put the crystals in. And I think they look quite effective. So, but like I said, the crystals are so small. But you do it with a pair of tweezers. If you get all of them right, just a minute dab of super glue and a bit of tweezers, and you manipulate it into it, and they slot into the holes. There's recesses for them, so there's no issues on that. So that's one part of the update. Second part of the updates, I've put the rear lamps on these. Now they're very similar to the front, and they come with a crystal, but I put them on there, non-flashing, non-electrical, they're just a representation. I thought I'd do that. I put them on, you get a pack of 6, same as the front ones, and I thought I'll just put these on random rolling stock, basically. Some are on the I&O trucks, one's on the Drag 66, 2 on here. I think there's a coach somewhere I put one on. You forget where you put them after a while. Well, that's another little update from West Hill Wagon Works. Like I said, the fiddly things, especially putting the crystal in, but once you've painted them up and fitted the crystal, and they just snap off the sprue, just give them a quick twist, they come off cleanly. And if you've got locating lugs, like some rolling stock has, they will slide onto them. There is gaps in underneath, so there shouldn't be any issues about fitting them anywhere. But this rolling stock in front here hasn't, so I've just tacked them on with a bit of super glue. But at least they've got a representation of a rear lamp. That's the main thing. So moving on to the big update now, which I'll show you shortly. There we go. Moving on to the next update. Right, this update is the platforms. West Hill Wagon Works platforms. This is the opposite side to what I did before. So this is the upside down section where you glue it all together and put the small grills in. On this photo is the right way up with all the grills and end pieces in place. And it's two kits basically. There's an extension kit that goes in the middle. Now in this shot, that's the MDF board and the paper that goes on top of the MDF board, which gives you it's a sticky back paper, and you peel it off and put it onto the MDF. In this shot, it shows you how it's all put together. It just slots in on the cross members. There's no issues with it all. It all fits in perfectly. And that's the end steps you fit on the end of the station once you've put the top surface on. Now this shot, this is the steps leading up to the station, and it's an ex-Hornby station approach steps, and I'm repurposed it into this new platform. So I've had to trim it down and paint it up and one thing and another, and it fits perfect. It's perfect height. Once you've glued some of the new fencing around, repainted it, it sort of sticks out quite well. In the next shot is where the ladders are fitted to the end of the platform, and it's fairly well in position. I'm checking it with the coaches there. There's no issues, so no binding. It's not too far away. It's just about right perfectly in a way. This is a long shot from what you'll see from the camera compared to the old one. Remember, you couldn't see much of the old one because you had canopies and a big building, you know, the entrance ticket office and all that. You couldn't see it. Now it's more open plan, and this is what a modern station looks like today. In this shot, I've put a load of flowers along the edge, and it sort of enhances it to me. I'm happy with it. So if some it's tough, but I'm happy with that. So the way I've placed all the flowers, it enhances it all up. As you can see, the blue little, what do they call them? waiting rooms to keep you dry out of the rain and one thing and another. There's a couple of them there. There is a few items still missing off these shots. These were earlier in the week. There's a better close-up shot of the flowers, and I've put a representation of a curb holding, behind, in front of the flowers. So, and I put a little man there to give you some sort of representation of how much is there, and that's the finished job. You can see the 2 information boards. There's 2 ticket machines on the approach to the platform, and got another shelter there, the opposite end, and the flowers are just tidied up with some tufts of grass, one thing and another, and that's a little parcel collection point. That's what that's all about, parcel collection points. And I put some concrete bollards around it so vehicles can't run into it. So in the next shots, it'll be a run by on the track, so you'll see it from the track side. Okay, guys. Right, what I want to do now is give you an overall view of the picture, because you've seen it in stills. I'll put the camera on it and I'll show you, and there's another little update I've done in the engine shed here, which is ongoing at the moment. So I'll give you the overall view with the camera, and for those people that like it, the girls are out. Well, you can't do the film without the girls in it, can you? Right. During that little update of the run by, you may, the beady-eyed, may have noticed the information board was in front of the seats. I have now moved it. So if you look there, the information board is away from the seats. So there you go. Anyway, that's one of them things. So there's an information board there, the flowers, some seats in that shelter. Them 3 there, they're what do they call them? Oh, I forgot the words. It's always the same, isn't it? It's a Coca-Cola machine, anyway. One of them type things and that. It'll come to me when I think about it. And there's the other shelter there, and the seats inside. They fit perfect inside them little shelters. Now, Here's the girls. They're doing their little poses, and we've got a couple of Rolls Royces down there doing the pose. So you gotta have the girls, you know. Seriously. Well, there you go. That's the overall effect I've produced with the West Hill Wagon Works station platform kits. The far one is one kit. That's it comes in two pieces. The one nearer to you is a platform kit with an extension piece in the middle. The extensions fit in the middle, and they're not quite as long as the other ends, either end. It's a slightly shorter version, but it comes with all the bits that interlock and the paper and everything, the decking. So that's what I've produced. That was my big update I wanted to produce. And the other little update I've done is down here. I had a very nice subscriber write to me and say, get rid of them toy-like trees. So I did. I ripped them out and threw a bit of foliage in there with a bit of fencing. And yeah, just looks a little bit better. Just brightens it up a little bit, you know, throwing a bit in. And the next little update is for Tony. Now, good old Tony Northeastern sent me a flag for me loo. So I threw the loo in there. I haven't painted it yet. I haven't used one of the older ones I had. But Tony Northeastern made one of these flagpoles for me and sent it to me. There you go. And of course the vampire's still there, isn't she? And the pigeons. They're still there chatting there. See the pigeons there? Just about see them. And Bob and Bob. Anyway, it's little things in it. It all adds up. Obviously, I'll have to get rid of these toy-like trees here and do something else with that. So I'll have to do something with that. Anyway, I'll get one big oak tree or something. Well, there you go. That's the sort of overall view you get now. And like I said earlier in the film, it opens it all up now. So when the trains come out, it's not hidden behind the Hornby. Have I got it handy? The Hornby ticket office. And if I zoom back a bit, that's the old Hornby ticket office. Well, it hides a hell of a lot, that, to be honest. Surprisingly. So there you go. Right, and the last part of the update, hang on, and the last part of the update is this. You get these from West Hill Wagon Works, safety self-adhesive markings. Okay, and what I've done is I've stuck it on there and I wanted to trial it out, and I just wanted to try it, see how it works. Obviously I've got to go right through the shed and out the other end, and they come in different widths. For those that don't know, there's the four I've used. If I zoom back, hang on. You get four narrow ones, which is down there on there, and then you get 6 wider ones, which will go through the building and out the other end. So I've got a couple of packets of them. So it just it's an enhancement, isn't it? So on that note, I'll have a look to see if I've got any trains I can run round for you to finish the film off. Hang on a sec.